ready to start here in just a moment. I'm Angie Nuttall, and I am an executive business coach for corporate and entrepreneurial women. Yeah, so I learned a lot about nutrition, about health, about bodybuilding, cardio, work, all kinds of things. And I did that because I was desperate to get in shape. So I was at a point where I was struggling with my weight, my mental clarity, my energy, and I needed to do something different. And so I did. And so during this 5-day challenge, I'm going to give you the secrets that I learned to get back in optimal health. I'm going to bring my co-facilitator on in here with me. Hey, Esther, how are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good. You're looking lovely tonight.
Thank you.
All right, ladies. Awesome that you are here. We are here tonight, and we're going to do a few things for you. We've got some goodies in store for you. We're not actually starting the challenge tonight. This is really just a reception. We've got some things that we want to share with you. You showed up tonight because you wanted to get a jump start on dropping 3 to 7 pounds, clearing your head, and feeling energized in 5 days. And you heard that correctly. Yes, 5 days you can actually accomplish these things. And Esther's gonna be a witness of that here in just a moment. So I just want to reiterate what the goal of this 5-day challenge is. I mean, first of all, we want to feel energized. We want to feel lighter. We want to feel more clear in 5 days. And yes, I said 5 days. I love what you all have put in the Facebook group. You've been posting what your goals are. I'm going to get you to be accountable for those tonight and put those on the line here in just a minute. I want you to be able to drop pounds safely and quickly so that you can start reversing the impact of emotional eating. And we as women, we are emotional eaters, right? Also, we want to stop inflammation. We want to stop feeling sluggish so that we can keep up with the demands of life and work. And then also, we want to just get the fog out of our minds. We want to get that fogginess out. We want to be able to think on our feet and just and make decisions faster. So let's just do a quick. I'm going to share some quick points for you, and then I'm going to have Esther introduce herself and talk about how she ended up here and how she's going to help us in the 5-day challenge. So first of all, tonight in the pre-challenge reception, we're going to share some secrets with you. We're going to share some secrets that we're not sharing with other people that haven't jumped on tonight. You know, they may be starting tomorrow. They could go back and watch the video, but what I find is that they don't usually do that. Yay, Catherine found the emojis. Catherine gets 5 points. So here's what we're going to talk to you about tonight. We're going to talk to you about how to be wildly successful in this 5-day challenge, even if you've never done anything like this before, even if you've never dropped pounds, and even if you have tried every single Weight Watcher group out there, every diet out there, we're going to tell you how to be wildly successful no matter what you've been through. It's going to be very practical, and you get to ask questions. So the next thing that we're going to do tonight is you're going to get to find out some key secrets that are going to accelerate your results, and we can't wait to share those. We're also going to have some fun with our personality styles, because your personality and the way that your brain is wired has a lot to do with how you show up in the challenge and what the positives are going to be for you and what are the things that you got to look out for. So we want to talk about what your true style is so that you can really challenge yourself to slay this thing, all right? So that you know up front what you're up against, and we're going to be here to support you through the whole thing. Also, I know that being in a Facebook group, we have a lot of stuff in here. We've got this thing called units, and there are some things to do. We really want you to be successful. So you want to stay tuned to the end for 2 reasons. One, because we're going to show you how the units work and what you do as you go through this challenge. But we're also going to be giving away a $50 Amazon gift card tonight. So who would be excited about that? Right, yes. So that could come in handy to buy a few little Christmas gifts for you. All right, so I want to introduce my co-tator, my co-facilitator, Esther Grisham. Esther, why don't you come on board and share about yourself?
Hey, great. Thanks, Angie. Hello and good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to have this reception surrounding Fit and Focused. And a little bit about myself. I am a mentoring coach and personal career strategist, and I am working towards moving into the next phase of my life. And how I got here was I joined the Fit and Focused a couple years ago. So I'm entering my third year of doing this because it's become an ingrained part of my life. The 5 day detox is part of what I do. I continue doing it over and over again because now that I've lost the pounds and I'm where I want to be, so I'm at a maintenance level, I still find the detox very beneficial. Not only will you see immediate results and you will drop pounds, because I know how super important that is. I have fought my weight. Weight has been my challenge my entire life. But you will also have that fog that you have with your brain is going to be lifted. By day 3 or 4, you're going to look around and go, wow, this is how I should be thinking. And then by day 5, you're going to look at yourself in the mirror and you're going to say, oh my gosh, my skin, it looks great because you are just flushing out all those toxins. So I'm here to help in any way I can to provide feedback to those of you who are going through the 5 day detox and hopefully will stay on and join us in this fight and to become not only fit, but focused mentally and to, just help you out because I have a passion for this. It's something I have struggled with my entire life. And I truly understand what you're going through, no matter how many pounds you have to lose or you want to lose, you choose to lose, and you'll learn that too. You have choice, and that'll be one of the things that we talk about.
Yeah, I absolutely love that, Esther. We live in choice, and sometimes we feel like we're a victim of our circumstance. But there's something that we like to say all the time in our coaching group, and that is giving away your power requires your permission. I would love it for somebody to put that on their line right now. Giving away your power requires your permission. And starting in this detox, we're not going to be giving away our power. We're going to be together. We're going to be accountable together, and it's so powerful to do this with other women. It's just the accountability is beautiful. This is more than just being on a diet or doing a detox. This really is focused around what we call our 4 personal pillars. And those of you who coach with me, you know that everything that we do, the 4 personal pillars are there, and that's your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual pillars. So we talk about how all of those things are integrated in to how you're feeling, how you're looking, how you're producing at work. Thank you, ladies, for posting that. That's a very, very important phrase to get into your system right now. Okay, so let's learn a little bit more about you. And I'm going to go ahead and jump to this question just so that we can get something out on your line. So, what is the biggest thing that you want to do in the challenge? Do you want to drop pounds? Or do you want to clear your head? Or do you want to get your energy back? So go ahead and post your answer on your line. Do you want to drop pounds? Do you want to clear your head? Or do you want to get more energy? So I remember when I first started all of this, my immediate pain point was dropping the pounds. I mean, I found myself, I was 40. I'm 53 now, but I was at the time that I was 40. Everything that I was doing, it just wasn't working anymore, and I had gained, and my corporate career just had. I was traveling all the time, and my clarity level was like below zero. So that's one thing that caused me to just kick off and do something like this. So it looks like we're getting some responses in right now. And so it looks like Pamela J. Robbins, who is one of our food fighters, our Fit and Focus ladies, who has dropped over 40 pounds in the group, which is pretty phenomenal, and she's still going. So Pauline is looking for clarity. Laura, you're saying yes, all three. I'll take all three, please. Catherine, hey, Catherine, hey. Hey, Catherine, hey. Drop 10 pounds, get rid of brain fog, and get more energy. So all three for you, and for Lisa, it's dropping pounds. All right, thank you so much for sharing that. So the first 5 days are super critical. I mean, Esther, do you remember the first time that you started on the detox? Tell everybody what that was like.
So yeah, it was it was a little bit painful. It's amazing. I was you all the toxins that come out of you. So the first day was easy. Second day wasn't too bad. Third day was for me the roughest day, and I had that headache that you get and I remember fighting it and just saying, okay, I'm not going to take anything for this. And ultimately, I think you said to me, just take something for the headache. So I did that because I was trying to be strong because I didn't want to put anything more toxic in my body. But you know, once I got through the first 3 days, I just realized, wow, I have even more energy because you start tapping into essentially your fat stores. That's what you're doing. And you start to burn the fat that you have, and your body starts saying, okay, she's not, doing something evil to me. And but the first few days were a little bit rough. Really, it was really only one day. It was probably day 3 was the toughest. But here's the thing. So I kind of gave you the bad, but the great part about it is you'll weigh every morning. You'll weigh yourself every morning, and you're motivated because you see movement in the scales.
Yes.
So those first few days, you're going to see that the pounds are dropping, and that you're like, okay, so you're motivated by that. And the first time I went through detox, I think I lost in the first 11 days like 12 pounds or something. And it was really, really uplifting for me.
Yeah. A lot of women, they come through this and it's taken them a month to drop 2 pounds. And then when they just have a meltdown or some crisis hits, they start eating and they gain that back plus more. The beautiful thing about this detox, you can actually do this for 11 days. This is a 60-day cycle that we go through to drop the pounds and keep it off and really sustain our wins. But what we've recognized is the first 5 days are usually the toughest for women, and that's women are usually more likely to drop off in the first day and or the second day. But what's happening is that's the beauty of what we do in the group is we come around each other. We're constantly talking, encouraging each other. We're talking about the foods and what to do. But your body, you're literally just coming off of addictions of food. And we just came off of a big holiday, right? I mean, what did y'all have? What was your favorite thing that you ate for Thanksgiving? Go ahead and post that on your line right now. I just came back from Oklahoma this afternoon, went to my mother-in-law's there with my family. And my mother-in-law, she is just a ridiculously awesome cook, and she did like biscuits and gravy and chocolate chip cookies and all of that. And I mean, I was stuffing my face. So, but going through the detox, you're basically pulling all of that out. And are you going to have is there going to be a little bit of a headache? Probably around day 3 you'll have a little bit of a headache, but it's just because your body's getting all that sucked out. And then you're going to wake up the next day and you're going to be like, oh man, I feel great, right? I mean, it's just like you delivered a baby or something. So it's a pretty phenomenal experience. All right, so looks like, mom's sausage dressing, sweet potato casserole. Lisa, I had some of that too. Looks like turkey and sweet potatoes, small pumpkin pie, homemade vegetable soup. Oh, Pauline was good. She was a goody girl. And then we got homemade scalloped sweet potatoes. Oh my goodness. Turkey mashed potatoes, the most gooey chocolate brownies ever. And to top it off, caramel popcorn. Oh, so you may be saying, oh my gosh, what kind of diet is this where you can just eat what you want? Well, what we don't say is that you can never eat certain foods again. We just say that the timing is what's important. And so I am going to share my proprietary um, diet with you and my routine and everything that I share with the women who, and Lorna is on here as well. And I think Lorna's dropped about 30 pounds, 30 pounds since in the group. Yeah. So it's, we're going to get through the 5 days. And if you want to continue, I'll tell you more about that later. But let's go ahead and get going with our very first topic tonight. And it's really about how to be wildly successful in the 5 day challenge. Even if you've never done anything like this before, or if you've tried everything on this planet before. Okay. So we're going to give you some practical answers. And we said that the first 5 days are critical. But in order to be wildly successful, first of all, we want to make sure that you download your detox. So you can find that under Unit 1 on the Facebook group. So I'll show that towards the end. But basically, let me give you a quick look-see of what this diet plan looks like. Let me see if I can get this onto the page for us. I'm going to flip this around. One moment, please. Yep, there. So this, you basically get a document, a downloadable document. It's a PDF document, and it has your detox diet in here. This says 11 days because you really can do this for 11 days before you switch into another phase. But basically, you want to download this and you want to study this tonight because you're going to need to go to the grocery store and get foods that are specifically on this list. Now, I do want to say on this list that if you are a vegetarian, vegan, and you see that we've got this meat list and you don't eat meat, well, I will tell you that you can have tofu. You can also have vegan burgers. The main thing you got to have a protein source with very little fat. Okay, so that is our main focus for those of you who are vegetarian and you're doing this and you don't eat meat. You'll want to do tofu or a vegan burger. They have all of those vegan type products that simulate protein or meats, and they really do have protein in them. Okay, so I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, so you'll want to download that, and you want to make sure that you go over those foods. Now, you will probably have questions. Every time people look at the list, they've got lots and lots of questions. So as you have questions, you're welcome to ask those even now, and we'll try to catch those as we go. So the second thing that is important that will help you to be wildly successful has to do with your planning and your timing. So with this detox, the way that the detox works is you have 4 meal times. Now, in the morning, you have a fruit on your detox diet list. At lunch, you have a single protein and a single vegetable. And then in the afternoon, you have another fruit, preferably the same kind of fruit. So if you had an apple in the morning, you'll want to have an apple in the afternoon for your snack. And then the evening, you'll want to have a protein and a vegetable, very much like you did at lunchtime. This is critical, and what's even more critical is that you're trying to keep some consistency in your times. So, for example, whenever I do the detox, I normally do a fruit at night, like an apple at 9. At 12, I'll have maybe like grilled chicken and broccoli. And then at 3 o'clock, I'll have another apple. And then at dinner, I might have chicken and broccoli, or I might have shrimp and spinach. So it's 4 meals. Now, that may sound kind of boring, but the detox is designed to be simple. It's designed to trick your body and to not alert your body that you're dieting, because one of the biggest mistakes that we make is that we try all of these different things in our diet, and oh, well, here are these strawberries, and then there's this lettuce, and then there's these green beans, and we start mixing them and creating complexity, and that creates a problem. And that's one of the biggest reasons why people don't lose weight, because they're mixing foods improperly. And there are foods that are friends, there are foods that are frenemies, and there are foods that are enemies. So you'll discover that on the food fight. Esther, anything that you want to say in terms of planning and timing?
Just that the planning is really important, and even though it does sound a little bit boring, the simpler it is, the easier it is too. So, just look at these first 5 days as, I've got a plan for them. I know what I'm going to eat. I know when I'm going to eat. And you're just in training to get those first 5 days down.
Right. Yeah. Just emphasizing about planning. So tonight is the reception. The first night is actually designed to be a carb load day. All right. So everybody who starts tomorrow, they're just going to eat normal. As a matter of fact, you're going to eat as much as you can, and you're going to get it all out of your system. Everything that you want to eat, all of your leftover Thanksgiving stuff, you can eat it. But you could actually get a head start and start the diet tomorrow. It's up to you. Since you're at the reception, I'm going to start it tomorrow, but you don't have to. When we get into day 1 tomorrow, I will be a lot more detailed about the foods and the combinations of foods. So, hey, Renee Watson, good to see you on here. So we'll be more specific, and please ask questions. Whether it's in the Facebook group, or if you want to send an email, or even on your line as we're doing the Facebook Lives. All right, so, and not planning is the second thing that makes people fail. When they don't have their food prepared and ready to go, or they're trying to or they're out and they're like, oh gosh, I don't know what I'm going to get. And so you end up running through McDonald's. So planning is your friend, and planning your meals is going to be really important. So another thing that you can do is we have a 5-day assessment that we're going to have you to work on throughout the 5-day challenge. So that is also underneath Unit 1. You can download that. I'm going to show you what it looks like here. So I'm going to turn this around for you. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so you will be able to download this. Now, this is a fillable document, so it talks to you all about assessing your food fight. And each day, you don't do this tonight, but you'll start this tomorrow. You are going to write down, as you can see, these are all fillable. What time did you eat in the morning? 9 o'clock. You can do this all on your computer. You can fill it out. Write down the times that you ate, and then write down what you ate so that we can keep track. It's amazing what we think that we've eaten and what we actually eat. I also want you to be thinking about what food temptations did you face. So, like at 11 o'clock, before it was time to have your lunch, did you run by the Dairy Queen and you were really tempted to get a peanut butter parfait, for example? And then we want you at the end of your day to summarize how you managed your food and your emotions today. So emotions are a big component of this, and we want to start looking at how your emotions are playing in to what you're eating. All right, so I'll show you where to download all of that in just a moment in case you haven't found it. Yes?
Hey, Angie. So one other thing that I recommend, besides keeping track of what you eat and the times that you eat, is when you weigh in every morning, to write down your weight, because you will notice through time that there may be certain foods that you ate that may have affected, maybe a slight little gain. Early on, probably not. But I found that really interesting. So you just might want to write it down somewhere in one of the little columns.
Yeah.
And then that way you can see things that you may have an intolerance for.
Right. Yeah. The beauty about this whole cycle of eating that we have, you do start to discover the foods that are making you feel bad. Um, you discover, and it's amazing. You'll be surprised at things that have an impact on you that you had no idea that all of this time it was making you feel like crap. Yeah.
And you discover your superfoods too.
Right.
The ones that make you feel great too.
Yeah.
So it'll be really insightful for you.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just to reiterate, you do want to weigh yourself daily. So if you're actually going to start a day ahead, which you can do that if you're just that kind of an overachiever go-getter, then you'll want to weigh yourself in the mornings, and then just weigh yourself every morning, and just weigh yourself one time per day. Don't get on the scales like 5 times. Have I lost more? How about now? How about now? That's not, you'll drive yourself crazy. Okay, we got to move on because I know that I want to get you back to your family because it's a holiday weekend. So our second focus tonight is the key secrets that will accelerate your results. Oh, these are so yummy, figuratively speaking, right? So I do want to share one secret that there's a reason why we just do this with women. And the reason is because guess what? Women and men are different. Who knew, right? But men and women lose weight differently as well. I know Pamela had I think your son, Pamela, has tried this diet and he's lost a bunch of weight, but he's also feeling super tired and crabby, and it's because men need more carbs. Well, our bodies are not designed to be friends with a lot of carbs. As a matter of fact, our bodies will grab carbs and just automatically apply it right to our hips and our butts. And it wants to stay there, never to be heard from again or disturbed again. But I'm going to tell you what, we are getting ready to disturb your adipose fat, okay? We're going to disturb it greatly during this detox. So here's another secret for you. During the detox, do not put on lotions, because what we're doing in the detox is we're cutting out as much fat and oil as we possibly can. And so, believe it or not, your body will be searching for that, and it will go as far as to pull that oil and fat out of the hand lotions, the body lotions that you put on. So just note, no lotions. Esther, share with us some key secrets.
Well, this is maybe not a key secret, but water. So I know most diets tell you to drink lots of water, but that is one that you have to do if for no other reason. So what happens is when not only are you flushing out the toxins, but you're not retaining the water like you would normally. So your body's going to dehydrate sooner.
Yeah.
So just make sure it's more than just flushing out toxins and flushing out fat. It's also making sure your body stays hydrated, because there's nothing for the body to attach to, which is there for the water to attach to, which is a great thing. And so drinking water throughout the day is critical. So that's a key secret that I like to share with people, because they think it's about toxins, but it's a little bit more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's do a quick check-in with everybody. Are you a salty gal or are you a sweet gal? So go ahead and post that on your line. Are you a salty? Do you crave salty things or do you crave sweet things? Can't wait to see what you put on here. As you are putting that on, I want to tell you that while you're doing the detox, there are going to be times when you have cravings, and it's because your mind is hungrier than your body. Your mind is hungrier than your body. That's another one of our food fighter phrases. Your mind is hungrier than your body, and we got to keep that in mind here. All right, so we got some Pamela sweet, Lisa sweet, Gina is a salty gal, Catherine is both, and Lori says they are best together. Right? Well, I'm thinking of cheddar and caramel popcorn together. So yeah, yeah, I had some of that today. I'm surprised my teeth aren't orange from the cheddar. So Susie, you say back and forth. You kind of go back and forth. All right. Well, I want to tell you that instead of giving in to your cravings, we do have some tricks that we use in the detox to stave off those cravings. And so one of those hunger busters that we use are small dill pickles. Now, you don't want to eat a bunch of those. You want to try to not eat those if at all possible. But um, sorry, my kiddo is right here. She's going to be doing the detox with us, and she's like dying to stick her head in here. This is Mackenzie Noto. All right. So yeah, see, we're real people. We're actual people. If we were not real, you would have been told to do something totally different. Okay. So you can eat a couple of those pickles because the vinegar in those pickles help to just stave off those cravings, and they tend to dull those taste buds that are flaring out like hemorrhoids in your mouth. You know, going, I want something. Okay. So another awesome trick is if you have a sweet tooth, you can actually have Truvia. Now, there are no other sweeteners, but Truvia is a neutral sweetener that you can have during the whole detox, during the whole cycle, okay? You can also make what we call a Truvia lemonade, and I'm sure that we'll make one sometime during the detox because you're going to be saying, now, what was that you said that, I'm hungry now, or so we'll be hearing that. But a Truvia lemonade, we'll show you how to do that. So, Lori, your middle name is Pickles. That is an interesting fact. I never knew that. Oh, okay. One other little secret about Hunger Busters is that you can, no matter what you're craving, if you're craving sweets or salty things, just taking a pinch of iodized salt and putting it on your tongue and letting it sit there will also help stave off the craving. So those are some tips for you. And if you didn't write those down, I recommend that you write those down because you will be wanting to use those at some point during the detox. Esther, what else do you think is important in terms of key secrets that helps to accelerate results?
So one of the key secrets to accelerate results is to get plenty of rest as you go through the detox.
Yeah.
So we don't recommend that you do vigorous exercise or any exercise. I don't recommend that you do really any exercise, maybe a walk or something leisurely while you're detoxing, because you're really focusing on the food that you're taking in, and it is a decline in the number of calories. So as part of that, besides exercise, is to make sure you're getting plenty of sleep. If you can get 8 hours of sleep, then that's wonderful because that's when your body is repairing. And that's when even more of those toxins and that adipose fat that we all want to get rid of is moving through your body. So get plenty of rest. And even if you need to take a little 10-minute snooze in the afternoon, I highly recommend it as you go through this detox.
Yeah. And Lori's got a question. What is the daily pickle limit? So, Lori, I'm going to say 2 of the baby dills. So I would just not do any more than that. The goal of that is just to numb those taste buds that are just crying out for something, or they think that they need something, and that will quell that for you. Okay, I know we've got some more secrets. We'll share some more of those tomorrow, but I do want to go ahead and move on very quickly to your true style. Your style and the way that your brain is wired is going to have a major impact on how you fare in this detox, all right? So in the food fight, we talk about that there are four different types of people. All right. First, we have our person. We call this person the green person. The green person is your logical and analytical person who likes details. You want quality answers. You're very detail oriented. And where it may be a challenge for you in the food fight is that you get really, really hung up on the details. And I mean, it can be a great thing. You want to measure everything out. You want everything to be perfect. You want to make sure that you are, that you're doing the exact right time. So in that sense, it's great to be a green because you like the planning. You like to think ahead. But sometimes what we find is someone who is a green, they may not push the go button on the detox because they're afraid they're going to fail or they don't have enough information. So what I want to encourage you to do is, if this is you, if you're a green, that you simply ask questions. I'll even get on the phone with you to help you to understand whatever it is that you need to understand. So that's the green style, all right? And I want you to listen to see which one might possibly be you, because I'm going to ask you. All right, next is our red style. So our reds are spontaneous, impulsive, they energize, they reframe things easier, they're all about possibilities. So reds are great for just being enthusiastic and exciting and excited about the food fight. But then they can also be impulsive and say, "Oh, there's Dairy Queen. Let me just whip right in and get a hot fudge brownie sundae," right? And then they totally blow everything that they just did. So that's your reds for you. Just very charismatic. They think on their feet, but sometimes their spontaneousness and their impulsiveness can get them in trouble in the food fight. All right, we've also got our blues. So these are our relationship-oriented people, and your food is deeply tied into your emotions. Now, I'm going to say that every style has emotional eating. Every style, that just goes across the board. But blues in particular are very motivated by, for example, if Grandma Betty made her favorite pie for you and you're trying to diet, you don't want to hurt her feelings and you want to keep harmony. And so you eat the pie just to make her feel better. But in the process, you've just, you just taken a step back on your food fight. So blues are those relationship-oriented people who want harmony, and it really is tied to relationships. All right. And then our fourth style are our browns. So these are our bottom liner people. They like the structure. They like to just get it done and be very practical. So I would imagine that if we have any browns in the group, they're like, "I'm starting this thing right now. I'm just going to get it done. And I'm just going to go tell everybody they better stay out of my way because I'm about to drop 10 pounds," right? So browns are going to be just very directive, practical. They get her done. They understand quickly, and then they just start delegating to, "Hey, you over there, you spouse, go get my groceries at the store." They might even start telling people what to do. All right, so we've got these four food fighter styles, and just real quickly, just based on the very short synopsis, is that such a word? Synopses? Synopsos? Synopsi. Those short little summaries, which one do you think that you are? Go ahead and plop that on your line. So Pamela, you say harmony, so you're probably a blue. Pamela, you're saying brown, practical. All right. Oh, you're just copying from me. Okay, so you guys tell me, what do you think you are based on those descriptions? Do you think you're a green, detail-oriented, you're a red, more spontaneous, blue, relationship-oriented, or brown, bottom liner? Catherine Clift, you're definitely a red. All right, well, we have an assessment. You can take this assessment online, and you should have it in your Unit 1 homework tonight. You should have that link. So you'll want to take that and test yourself out. Now, when you take it's called the Color Success Signals Assessment. And when you take it, you'll do it all online. And then at the end, it will give you a report. And it'll tell you all about your personality, okay? All right, so Laura, you think you're a brown. Yeah, I would agree with that you've definitely got some brown working with you. And let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, you guys have made a lot of comments. Okay, Pamela, blue-green. Lisa, you're definitely a brown. Lisa Prather. Pauline is a brown. Okay. All right, so very, very quickly, recap. Don't forget to download your detox diet so that you know the foods. The plan is actually in the detox diet download that you have, so you'll want to download that. You want to also download your assessment so that you can start keeping track tomorrow night or tomorrow during the day how you're feeling. Now, remember, you have a choice. You can just carb load, eat as much as you want, whatever you want through tomorrow. Regardless of if you decide to start the detox tomorrow or if you're carb loading tomorrow, you still want to fill out your assessment. And then also, I will be posting in the group the Color Success Signals assessment. It's a very quick assessment, and so that you can find out what your color success signal is, and we'll be talking about it throughout the week, so you want to be sure what that is. All right, ladies, well, that's all we have for tonight, so I'm excited to get going with you. We will be right back here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to get started with day one, and day one topic is it's really prepare for takeoff, how to start detoxing by eating what you want. All right, so we will be getting going. All right, ladies, have a fantastic rest of the evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night.